fantasticals. So how are we doing? I know that, again, I know everyone's been busy and there's a lot going on, but I'm just going to do a quick round robin around the screen and see how you're all doing, and has there been any connection with the fire dragons? If it's been really busy and you haven't yet, that's there's no wrong answer. But just wondering if you've had the chance to connect with them a little bit more, and if people are watching later on the recording, please do let me know in the comments or send a message. So around the screen, my first is Nan. Would you mind sharing the excitement?
Hey, no, I will not remind. I for the journeys I haven't seen a whole big bunch. It's just been quiet, I guess. I feel like that's more of I can't settle. But today I did the fire temple this morning.
Yeah.
And I really loved it because I love it anytime you do a guided one and we're like riding on the back of the dragon or something. I'm just like, oh, it feels so good. But when I looked in the mirror, the version of myself that I saw was like me as Stevie Nicks in like a white gown. It was really cool. So that was like the highlight of the whole experience.
This is meaning we're going to have to get you like a wardrobe, like of like a Steve, start bringing some Stevie Nicks vibes into your wardrobe. I think that's
it was awesome.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Great. I love it. And it's
Okay.
what does that represent to you as well? Isn't it like what does that energy represent to you, and like how
It was just hold on, I made some notes. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I wrote wild, brave, adventurer, and then she just like had like wild witchy hair. Well, I did. It was me.
yeah.
But it was but it was really cool. I don't know
Oh,
that version of myself, so
no, brilliant. I love it. And I love
okay.
that, stepping into that version of you. I love that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was
Brilliant.
good. Thank you.
My pleasure. I love it. Thank you. And Gail, you're next on my screen if that's okay to share anything at all.
Okay. I was doing the cards and I got this one.
Oh, yes.
That's a
Yeah.
nice.
Did you pull that card just randomly? Yes.
Yeah. I pulled that one and the maker. So that's saying get
Perfect.
making things.
Yeah. And coming into your power with making things as well. Yes. I love that. I love that depiction of the strength card so much.
Yeah, I really tried to get into the vibe, and I loved all the PDFs, and I didn't listen to the last meditation, but I listened to the first one I think twice. But I'm so affected by the weather. My moods are really affected by the weather, and it felt very gray and very dark, like not dark, but just gray and dreary and wet. And I have to write it, so it's not just in my head that, oh, I'm in the mood. It's like I hurt when it's weather. And so I was like, no, it's supposed to be fire dragon, not water dragon. Go away, water dragon, come back later. And in February when we did this, it was unusually warm. And remember, I sat outside.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, it's 0 degrees, and there's ice. I mean, it's warming up now, but I'm looking outside going, oh, things froze overnight. It's just spring in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that the sun's shining, and like I say, I'm gonna really soak it up. I'm gonna listen to the two meditations today for sure again, and light the candles and do the things.
Oh, that's cool. And it's true, isn't it? And the good thing is, we're all at different times of the year, and the weather's doing its special thing where water is definitely winning over here at the moment as well. But you can do it anytime. Like when you get that feeling of fire, or you feel you need that, you can work that. So you don't have to do it now, do you? It doesn't have to be like in this.
Yeah, I can do it now. I can do it again. I can,
Yes.
tap into it. So yes,
Yes.
it's wonderful. Thanks.
Awesome. Is that a cat in the background, or am I just illuminating? No. No, just a picture. I thought I could see a cat here, but I think I was just hallucinating.
The cats are all outdoors.
Sun's out, guns out. They're all out. Yeah, they're all out. Oh, love it. Thank you. Yeah, and I was walking just now thinking, just water everywhere. There's the water dragon's like, you're not until June. I was like, oh no, what have I done for us for June? I mean, we could have a soaking. It's like the water. It's like water, water, water everywhere at the moment, which I love. But Vanessa, is it all right for you to chat, or do you want to go, Grace, to go first if you're still eating? That's okay, cool. You go first if that's okay.
Yeah, I typically have not done any of the journeys yet. I have attempted it several times, but I have been, as Laura actually knows, I have been away for a week in Iceland, which has been amazing. I know it makes me sound very like, rich and crazy, but no, I'm not now. I'm really broke. And it was for work. I had a premiere of a new composition, and it was very big because it's been a year in the process and whatever. Anyway, it's another story. But what I realized when I was there was like, oh my goodness, I'm in dragon country. Like,
Yes.
I'd never thought of Iceland like that until I connected the whole volcanic nature of the country, and of course with all the volcanoes going off like an hour away from, like, just we could see the smoke plumes from the one that was the one that's currently going off near the airport as we were on the bus. So super strange to be in that sort of environment where there's like slow moving lava and a slowly erupting volcano an hour away from you, and then like glaciers, and then all this volcanic sort of rock that's sort of around you, and then parts of it that looks like Scotland, and then suddenly the Northern Lights, and then like everything all just together, and these storms and blizzards and crazy weather, and just the way the ice was forming in different ways, just complete like craziness. So and I even saw, I haven't posted the picture yet, but on the way back to the airport there was actually like what looked like a shape of a dragon in the smoke that was coming out of the plume from the volcano, and I was like, oh, have to post this in Dragon Journeys.
Oh my God, please do, please do.
Oh, wow. It's not super clear, but when you see it, you see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I was there a couple of days early on my own, and I just sort of took some time to just walk and just look at the nature and just sort of feel what was going on there and see what sort of presence there was. And I desperately wanted to do a dragon journey whilst I was there on that land, but it just didn't work out. My phone battery kept dying and whatever. But yeah, that's the closest I've come to actually really connecting with the fire dragons so far. But that felt like a pretty nice start to take with me when I then go in to do the journeys, I think.
Yeah, maybe your phone was saying just be there. Don't have Laura napping on in your ear. Just be there. Just enjoy that elemental. I was thinking about the Kinunga Gap and like the beginning creation of Ice and Fire, and how it was obviously written in Iceland, wasn't it? It was obviously written there, and it's kind of like
I hadn't thought about it either. And apparently there's some mythical connections between Wales and Iceland, between like two of the dragons that fought.
The red and the white. Yeah.
I never thought of the connection between that was connected to Iceland and Wales. So just all these little things that you kind of find out along the way. When I was having a little Google, and
I love that.
Yeah. So it was pretty awesome.
I love that you can just take it and do the other stuff in your own time, couldn't you? I mean, you can't sit in Iceland in your own time because but you can do everything else back in your own time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But I very much tried to ground in that space so I could bring it back with me to do these journeys, which I'll try and also, as Gail said, I'll try and also do some this afternoon whilst the sun is trying to poke through.
Yeah. Well, no, there's never any hurry. It's just doing it in your own time. Again. It's kind of always me saying there's never any hurry, but also I'm aware that I do it to put myself off things for me. Even though I say never any hurry, I'm also like, yeah, but maybe we're the kind of people that need a little bit of push, because we're like, oh, my thing later, I could do this first, and then I'll meditate, and then you get too tired, then you fall asleep. So it's like,
exactly, I want to do this, so much.
Yeah. So I was just wondering that, thinking, I'm always like, no hurry, but like, maybe we all might need it as well, to be told, do this by Wednesday, then you're going to make the space for doing it, don't you, sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
It's my thing as well, doing that. Thank you. I wish I was wish we were all in the volcanoes, not in the volcanoes, but by the volcanoes. That would be amazing. And Grace, is that all right? Do you want to share how you're doing as well?
Yes, sure. Doing really well. I did the fire temple journey today, and I can't look in a mirror because that's not going to work. Never could. But that's okay. I did experience me doing all sorts of different things, and I'm going home back to America from end of May to mid-July, and basically was told after I go home and have a rest and do what I need to do there, I will be on fire,
Ooh.
which is great news because I've just reconnected with a very old friend that's come back from all over Australia, and we'd had a really bad falling out actually ages ago, but she's come back and done all of this spiritual work and learned all of this sound healing. And I did a deaf blind retreat, teaching deaf-blind people about spiritual wellness, the essential oils, letting them, feel the vibration of drum and weighted tuning forks and tactile runes and all that stuff. And she came along. And so yesterday we decided we're actually going to go for a grant to do some spiritual wellness workshops for people who are blind. So yeah, I'll need to be on fire because we're doing this.
Oh, I love that. I love that. How amazing. I love that, the tactile runes and everything like that. I just absolutely, I love that kind of that courageous fire energy going, now's the time, let's do it, and healing and transforming and moving you forward.
Yeah. I think that has been just awesome. I've really enjoyed the fire dragons and getting that healing fire, burning away stuff that doesn't serve, and knowing that right now I'm, going to the temple of the hearth, having a rest, learning, cleaning up all the really unfortunate stuff that happened in the past couple of months, and getting to move forward in a really amazing way.
That's such a powerful way. Oh, it's exciting, Grace. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to hear about the workshops and the classes that you're going to be holding as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get this grant because it'll be so good.
All dragon power towards you for that grant. Yes.
Thank you.
Get the dragons on them. Give it a grant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that as
Thank
well. Brilliant. So, we'll make a list of things we're going to do. I pulled us a couple of cards before we started. You know what the first one's going to be. We're all in trouble again. Nutrition. Same as last time.
Oh, you're saying I need enough chocolate?
I know, more chocolate. I don't. Oh,
right,
on Easter Sunday, when
right.
possibly nutrition isn't on everyone's mind, like I was like, dude, all right, that was the same last month, wasn't it? Or in February, we got this card, the live before, and I was like, not very fiery there, but I was like, okay, well, we will listen, but I'll come back. And then I put another one afterwards. I was like, come on, I can't just give them this. But we got this one, which was silence. I liked it in a desert as well, and finding. And what was really nice, I felt with this, is, I don't know, and it's actually linking into what we're doing today as well. I had already planned that. Is that a lot of fire dragon energy, when you read about it or hear about it, is all very rah, kind of passion, fire, excitement. And there was a real, I think, goes to the nutrition one as well. The feeling of actually embodying fire in more healthy ways was coming up in this last few days, this last weekend, about actually looking at how the sun transforms the food, how our stomachs transform with the fire of our bellies, and how our bodies are a temple, how we look after it. And that's what actually that's this time what the fire dragons really were interested in talking about, rather than the traditional, here's fire, here's very exciting, It was more, okay, that's, you know that about fire, everyone knows that about fire. Here's things we don't often think about with fire. And maybe that's why the nutrition card came up as well, like remembering that we are sacred, that we are temples, and the fire dragons are apparently quite keen on us to remember that. And the silence, and this is really interesting because what we all are often is too busy to do a lot of these things, and or to do many things that we want to do. We're always running around and chasing our tails. And again, you think fire is busy, and I also, but when you watch a fire, it consumes what it has. It never consumes more than what it has. It consumes what it has there, and then it starts to react and get a bit gentler when there's less fuel. And I think, do we do that? No, we keep going at the same rate and expect everything to work out the same when we actually haven't got that fuel to feed us, if that makes sense. So I was just my little thinking of it all. And with fire also, we have that. I know I said I'd mentioned a bit about burnout. Of course, burnout is what we do with fire. We over commit. We get excited by the fire and the passion. We overcommit and end up not able to do the things, or exhausted, or pushing ourselves too hard. And I don't feel like the dragons have been really on about that this time. They've been on about being more still and being more present and being aware. And the fact this silence one came in, I like that. It's just like, it's in the book, it was saying, you know, go into a desert and well, we're not going to do that right now, but you know, and let the sands of time, like being aware of the sands, and how people would measure time with sand before we check our phone and before we do all this stuff. So how you'd have that sand time and you gently watch the sand flowing. And so, and I'd already planned something we're going to do first of all, because there's 2 little journeys today, and the first one is actually quite gentle, so but hopefully quite powerful, because I felt like all my journeys and all these things about, we're going to fly here, we're going to do this, and it was like the dragon's like, no, let's just be, let's feel this energy, let's be present with this energy. And also one more thing I was going to say is what the fire dragons have been, like we talked about Wales and also the Somerset flag as well, they are guardians of the land. You know, that's the Welsh flag has a red dragon on it, and the Somerset flag has a red dragon-like creature on it. And they were often thought, and that's why these dragon movies that are on really pee me off a lot of the time, because they, you know, it's more about the corruption of that energy, that they are the guardians and the protectors of the land, and we've betrayed them, and they become a bit nasty, and it's all that kind of feeling. But you know, when we readdress that connection, that they are the guardians of the land, and in that way they're guardians of us as well, that we are an embodiment of the land. So there's that energy of the dragons, who I think the fire dragons, I hope you've experienced this too, are quite friendly. They're quite the most personable. They're like a bit like if there's a Labrador of the dragon world, they'd be the ones that are always pretty, hiya, you know, come on, hello, hi, you know, let's chat, let's play. They're not kind of the most like, you know, sorry, and I love all dogs, but they are the most used to people friendly kind of dragons, where the earth dragons are a bit more sleepy, water dragons are more you know, that they are like the water, that can be big emotions, and air has been quite hard to find tangible, but the fire dragons are pretty used to people, and they're quite a friendly bunch until they get angry. So yeah, I hope that you will find in your journeys, and have found, that there's different aspects that we can work with than just kind of fire, that there is a warmth and a friendliness and a respect and a guardianship, protecting the land, protecting ourselves, and how fire is in our movements, how fire is how we transform energy, but also how we can be still with fire. We don't have to be running around. And so that brings us to our first journey. But does anyone have anything they wish to say, or thoughts, or reflections on fire? Or if you're afraid of fire, or, you know, because that's a very valid thing as well. Like, you know, there's I've experienced a house fire. Can't say I want to experience it again. But yeah, any thoughts about fire? Gail? Yeah, go for it.
I was writing down what you were saying, so this isn't coming from me, but you'd said that fire was with relating to nutrition. This is what I got. It's to grow the plants. It's also to cook the food.
Yes, cooking. Yeah.
And it's to digest the food.
Yeah.
And what that equals is fire in your belly.
Oh, nice. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Cooking.
You know how I've been making those candles, and I make them all sweet. Like I made some yesterday with, you know, rose petals and stuff. I was thinking of making a dragon candle and putting like maybe cinnamon or like stronger things in it. And then I was thinking putting on top is like crushed chilies instead of like, you know, like make it really powerful.
I'm so silly. I was trying to smell the TV then, the camera. Oh, I can't smell it. Oh, I'm
crushed chilies and make them really powerful for dragon energy.
Oh, I love that idea. Perfect. I love that. Oh, Vanessa.
Yeah, I wanted to, it's funny because when I was thinking how when I was in Iceland, I was thinking about, you know, oh, it's so crazy that, you know, you could smell the sulfur in the air certain mornings really strongly when it was like peaking again. And it's like, oh my God, it's only an hour from here. That's so absurd. And then, you know, and obviously that exact part of the town was evacuated, but not anywhere that, you know, like half an hour away kind of thing. And I thought, oh, that's so insane. But then I realized, well, actually in Australia, we have bushfires every year in the summer, and especially when we've had some really, really big ones, it's so close to where you live. Like, and I had this memory of like in the 1994 bushfires, I was only like 12 or something. And it was, I remember, you know, it's like 40 something degree heat every day. The sky was permanently red and there was just ash falling from the sky. And I was at my friend's house she had a small swimming pool, and we were just hanging out, cooling down in the pool with ash falling and this weird red
Wow.
sky. And just, it was so normal. And there were fires literally like in the suburb next to us, that they were like, you know, backburning and keeping at bay. But so it was always sort of on notice to be evacuated, but we never were. But it was so close, and we felt the effects of it right on top of us. But it's sort of the same as what I'm thinking. Oh no, volcano's so close. I mean, obviously that's a little bit more, you know, will swallow you up. But you know, fire does the same, I suppose. But anyway, it made me think that in Australia, we also, you know, the bushfires are also an important part of our nature that happen, and the way the Indigenous people know how to do it, not only in Australia but other hot countries, and the way that the government and whatever is ignoring their expertise and their knowledge of how to backburn and what areas to do it and what directions to do it to try and prevent the fires from taking over and ruining everything. But where it does, the big point I'm thinking to make really here is that when the fires happen or when they backburn, it's to release seeds, it's to regenerate. So there's a purpose to the fire, and it really, and everything goes super black, and then this bright green comes out of this black, and it regenerates super fast. It's quite phenomenal, you know.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think same sort of thing with that fire, that it's actually about releasing. It is that full rebirth. It's not killing off. It's going, right, strip back, release new.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the ash is so dense with nutrition.
Yes, nutrition.
So yeah, anyway, just
Not nutritious when you breathe it in, though. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
that's true, Grace.
I'm in Australia, and
Yeah, I
Perth
know.
has lots of bushfires and that smoke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I grew up in Australia until about 10 years ago. So I was there about 35 years of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an intense place, right? And you're really dry where you are in Perth as well. So that's
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's desert, but you
Wow.
know, and I feel you with the, you know, everybody evacuating in the suburb over, and even during COVID time, we had our lockdown and a massive bushfire in the Perth Hills, and
Wow.
they had to tell people that, look, you don't have to stay locked down if a fire is going
Yeah.
to come to your house. There are shelters you can go to. You need to leave.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah. So obviously that's a hugely intense fire connection. But I love that. Yeah, that is dangerous. It isn't always good, but there is a good side of it, isn't there? There is the volcanic earth being the most fertile as well. And yeah. Yeah, brain melted. Yes, that's yeah, that's good. I love that. But yeah, it's interesting, all these different aspects. Like, you know, we've done the basic stuff with fire before, but this is all looking at that things like nutrition and like transformation in that kind of personal way, or watching the world around us and how this fire affects us. And so I hope it's not too noisy, because the kids upstairs are having an Easter party and it's like ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum. So I'm like, I'll be drumming in a second and maybe it will be like part of it. But, which I don't mind. It's quite sweet, but it's just a bit like but I thought what we'll do is this is the more quiet one. I will drum a little bit just in case, can't be too quiet in case I start doing the upstairs partying. But if you can get a candle lit, if it's safe to do so, if you want to do so, if you can't, not a problem. And this is the more quiet, this is the one that the dragon kind of just came up with, was what they wanted. And have you also, I should have asked you this before, have you all kind of had a connection with a fire dragon in this journeys or recently? It doesn't have to be a yes. It's just wondering if there, because
yes.
Yeah, cool, lovely. No, Vanessa, no, that's fine, because I won't do it like this could be the first connection with the fire dragon. If you haven't, if anyone's watching on the recording and they haven't had the chance or felt that connection just yet, it's not a problem. If you have had the connection with the fire dragon, it's a very gentle meditation. I say that might not be, because I might go crazy. We'll see what happens, but I think it'd be quite a gentle meditation, a gentle journey. And it's not very long. It's just really inspired by this silence card, actually. really, and it's again, it's all senses that you have, just being aware of the presence of this dragon. So I will let you get yourself ready. If you get candle going, if you can. If not, no worries. Get yourself nice and relaxed. Don't have to have the camera on, but I do like to see people are there. But whatever's most comfortable for you. And this is just going to be a short-ish journey to really be in the presence of a fire dragon guide, a friend, or a new fire dragon that's coming into your life. So get yourself as comfy as can be and become super aware of your breath. As Gail was saying, the fire in the belly, feel it. And often in yoga, you've got dragon's breath or lion's breath or dragon's breath. There's the breathing when you feel that air transforming into fire, into power, and you exhale it, and you feel your own power growing. So you can make a noise as you breathe. And feel the air going in through your nose and into the lowest part of your belly. And as you exhale it back out, either through your nose or your mouth, you feel the power and the fire. With your eyes closed, you feel a warm glow surrounding you. You feel the light of the sun shining upon you. You feel its rays creating a circle of light around you. And you feel how your skin and your body, your breathing feels with the light gently warming you up, awakening your body. And those rays of sunlight, they create a circle around you, a protective circle, the transforming circle of sunshine. And around the circle, you notice the landscape changing and shifting. Perhaps you move from the warmth of the sun to the dryness of the desert. Perhaps you move from the warmth of the sun to the side of a volcano. Perhaps you move into a hearth fire, a bonfire. Or perhaps you stay where you are, soaking up the sun's rays. As you feel that landscape around you, just tune into that, the energy of that place. What do you sense or feel, hear or see? What comes to your mind about this landscape and how it makes you feel? Soul, you call to a fire dragon companion, a friend and guide, and you ask them to join you here. There is no need to hurry, no need to rush. Just allow the presence of this fire dragon to become clearer. Perhaps you hear the sound of their rumbling breath. Perhaps you feel the warmth of them approaching, the smoke from their nostrils, the amber, the warmth glinting in their eye. Perhaps you feel them in a way that's very personal to you. And they draw close to you, slowly. They draw so close that you can reach out your hand and feel the warmth of their scales, of their skin, of their being. And there's nothing to do here except listen to the sound of their breath. Feel the rise and fall of your own breath, and feel the fire and the warmth and the bond between you. You may wish to lay your hand upon their shoulder or on their face, but just feel that fire and be present with this great spirit that has come to join you. Dragon is the comforting presence of fire. This dragon is the courageous support of fire. And allowing yourself close and to be with this dragon infuses you with the courage and the warmth and the support that you may need in your life at this time. perhaps there are some unspoken messages that come through from this time. Perhaps there is some healing in this connection. And slowly you move your hand away and give a sign of honor and respect to the dragon. As you return back into that circle of sunlight that shines down and surrounds you. And you feel the surroundings change from desert, volcano, dry heat, warm heat, tropical heat, wherever you may be. And return into that sunbeam and allow the land to shift and change around you as you return back into your space, back into your room, and back into this circle. And whenever you're ready, just allow yourself to return and get a pen and paper and scroll down, write down, note down, sketch down anything that felt right, poignant, powerful about that journey. So wait. Oh, what does Gail have? Oh, Gail has a kitty. Yes, she does. And
I've got one too. Can't see
Grace
it though.
has a kitty. I think. Oh, look. Which one is
Yeah.
Mischief? Magic? Mischief?
This
Magic?
is the this is Phoenix.
I know I get it wrong. All the name choices, I got the wrong one. Hello, Phoenix. What's your kitty called, Grace?
Casper. I've got two, Casper and Ebony, and Casper decided to come and join me on the massive beanbag while we were doing that.
Thank
circle.
you, Casper. Thank you. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you, all the kitties present, the fire kitties. So before we do anything else, you know how I love a free writing thing. And so we're going to do a free writing. I'm going to put the timer on, and this be about a minute or two for just 3 questions. And the first, so this will be 2 minutes. So the first writing prompt, we just write or express or whatever works best, how you like to remember, or just think about the words, whatever works best for you. We're just going to think about or write down, or however speak out. If you can record it onto your phone, if you can do that. This is the question. Here we go. It's got a timer on. Fire teaches me. Fire teaches me. And we've got 2 minutes to express that in our own space. Fire teaches me. Don't think about what you're saying, just vomit it out like a volcano. Yeah, that's the 2 minutes. I don't know if you can hear the thundering elephants upstairs. Okay, they are thundering. They're having that Easter thunder. Bless them. Bless them. They sound happy. Okay. The next one is just maybe more troublesome. The temple of my body is 2 minutes. Be kind. I'm gonna be true, be honest. The temple of my body is. Okay, and that will bring that sentence to a stop. And just a short one for the last one, because it's a fire. I want to do one minute. With fire, I transform. With fire, I transform. Okay. Okay, so that minute is over. Hi there, Ruth. Hello. We started an hour ago because the clock's changed, isn't it? It's so annoying. We've got more to do, so you haven't missed it all. Don't worry. We've got loads. I'm so sorry. The clocks are such a. I thought this weekend we've got Mercury going retrograde, bank holiday, clocks going back forwards, and then April Fools. You can't make it up, can you? It's like this is going to be chaos incarnate. But we just finished a bit of a writing exercise, which I'm going to pop around the screen and see how everyone's doing. But before that, could we see how you're doing, Ruby? Is that okay? See how things are going with you, if that's all right.
Oh, I'm disappointed that I'm got the time wrong. So I'm working on moving past that.
No, I know, I get it.
Happy to be here.
And my friend Anna, she was meant to come as well, and she was like, I'm in the supermarket. I just realized, I was like, it's okay. Like, it was going to be today, wasn't it? Like, today is a hard day because I didn't think when I organized it, clocks going forward, bank holiday, there's so many confusing aspects, but we've got more to do. We've done one journey and I'm recording it, so you'll be able to get to do it. And we've got one more journey to go as well, so you've not missed out on everything. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate that you've turning up. And okay, so if we just go around the screen and see how everyone's getting on with the first journey we did, Ruby, was just hanging out with our fire dragons. We're just kind of feeling their presence and allowing that kind of that warmth and that stillness or whatever they brought to us. And then we did a couple of writing exercises. So if we just pop around the screen, don't have to share, but I'll just see how everyone's doing. And then I'll come to you and see how you've been getting on just generally. So Gail, you're at the top of my screen. Is that okay if you, again, you can say pass if you don't want to share, that's fine. There's no pressure ever.
I always love to share.
Yeah, good.
Oh, and there's cats crinkling on paper behind me. It's, it's paper on the sun.
Oh yeah, very exciting.
I was surprised. I went with the P's for some reason. When I said fire teaches me, I got patience, power, persistence, and playfulness. Because I'm watching a candle and it's dancing. And I'm like, oh, I went with the 4 P's. And then do I do the other 2?
Oh, I muted myself because of the elephants upstairs. No, you can so share anything about any of the writing or the journey, whatever you want to.
Okay. And then when I put the temple of my body, I also put it's patient and powerful and alive. And then with fire transformation, it transforms my thoughts, physical things, and energy. Yeah.
I'll unmute myself. You have to put up the thumping. Thank you. And Vanessa, do you want to share? You don't have to. Just
from the journey, I got I thought, despite the changing atmospheres and smells, vibration and movement carries us to see and reach inside the fire, or like the sun. And I had this, I was drawing, as I do when I'm doing the journeys, and sort of had drawn like the sound waves of when you talked about the vibrations. So I sort of drew sound waves and then started drawing my hand reaching out through it, and then the dragon's claw was reaching back in, and then realized it was inside the sun. So that was quite cool.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And then fire teaches me. I'm trying to sort of circle the main words from the random things I wrote, but I think it was sort of like, what was the main thing I said? Maybe think of again like the sulfur smell from like the volcanoes in particular. And I thought that you have to, obviously if it gets super strong, then it's a pollution. But if you then learn how to, how to breathe smart, how to like breathe into your body and respect the breath that we have, kind of, I think
Yeah.
when you think a little bit about breath, because I never remember to breathe properly. And to respect the breath and what each breath gives us, kind of thing. And that can, obviously flame fire as well. And I thought the temple of my body was protection and like maybe thirst, like for things. And within what was it? Within fire, I transform my uncertainties.
Oh,
I thought it's so clear, like, fire is like, I'm here.
Yep.
You can see me. I am not hiding.
No subtleties here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nan, do you want to say anything?
Yeah. First, I want to say, thanks, Vanessa, for your talking about the fire and how, it like makes seeds. I mean, because it is so healing. We only think about the bad stuff. Well, at least that's all I think about over here. But lately, I feel like that's been coming up more about fire and how, well, at least like our native lands need it. It's not just Australia. I know there's a group of native like plant people here that are like, it's gotta burn. So I thought that was great. I like it. And okay, so with the journey, mostly I just sat with the dragon, and I think I'll do that some more because I just felt really good.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you made us do that. And the fire teaches me. I wrote good things come from ashes. Sometimes you have to burn it all down and start fresh. To heal, be courageous. That change is important. Death and rebirth. Phoenix energy, warmth and kindness and bravery. And then for the temple of my body is, I've been thinking that I feel like that nutrition card's always for me. I'm like, oh damn it. But yeah, I feel like the temple of my body needs nutrition and more movement and less. I've been pretty stagnant, so I need to get moving. So when I come to the UK this summer, I'm feeling good.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, moving. Hi there, Geeta. How are you doing?
Hi.
So we've been on for an hour. It's very annoying because of the clock changes. So
Am I late?
yeah, we started at 3. So
I looked it up today on the internet. I'm so sorry. Yeah, with the time.
No, and also Ruby had the same thing as well. It's so annoying because I'm not because it's so, like it changed today. So we went forward an hour and it was very so I did. It's hard to work it out. So, but we've got half an hour or so left, or more, maybe. So there's no worries. We've done one journey already. And we've done a bit of writing, but there's still more to come. So you haven't missed everything. But I did think today, what a pain because because of the clock changes and everything like that. It's just really awkward, isn't it? So
I really thought I made an effort of getting it right. Never mind. Okay.
No, I know it's so annoying. I don't know. Gay had a problem the other week as well. Like when because America and everyone changes different times, don't we? And it's a right ball ache, for want of a better word. It's so I do apologize that today was a bit awkward and a couple of us have struggled with that one, but we've not finished yet. So we did one journey, which it's all been recorded anyway. We've had a bit of a chat, had a journey where we connected just with our fire dragon, just spent time just in peace and quiet with them. And then we've done a bit of writing, but we've got more to come. But if I just ask Grace how that was for them, and then we can look at you guys and see how you've been getting on just generally. Do you want to share anything, Grace, at all?
Yes, I really enjoyed the journey and just being with my fire dragon with no, intention or coming to do something. Just being was really nice, I think.
Yeah, that's what they came through and said they wanted that. Just we're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. We're just going to be. And I was like, okay. So thank you for that, Grace. Is there anything else you wanted to share at all? So I didn't want to butt in there.
No, that's okay.
I am the queen of butting in.
All good.
Good, thank you. So Reeb, do you want to share anything about how you've been getting on at all so far with any of the journeys, if you've had the time to do them? And don't be angry with anything. Don't be annoyed at yourself. It's all fine. Everything is fine. It's all good.
No, it's been really lovely. I'm trying to re-enter that terrain. My husband and I went over to his grandchildren's house. So I've just come from a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old and their world, and too much candy and meltdowns. Anyway, I'm trying to sink back into this lovely space. It's been really lovely. And
Good.
very, very nurturing. One of the dragons that's come to me is clearly my general guide and kind of chaperone. And then another that's been really beautiful has been this lovely mother dragon with just really beautiful mothering energy, and so it's been very healing. Thank you.
Good. No, my pleasure. My pleasure. And I was saying earlier about how actually the fire dragons, I did use the phrase that they're kind of like the Labradors of all the dragons, because they're the most friendly and warm out of all, the ones that we've met so far. They just go, hi, do you want to play? Do you want to play? And we're like, okay. And we had the air one last month, which I know you'll be doing next year. It was harder to get a grasp on that. It was something quite, okay. But this is more like, let's get going. So I like that. It's kind of warm and joyful. Thank you. Geeta, is there anything you would like to share apart from your amazing creation you made that we all want to steal? It's so good, or buy, or give you lots of money.
That is a lot of fun, and they had really good. I mean, other ones I had already gone.
Yeah.
And I have new coming up. Anyway, it's fun because it keeps me in the energy. That was the original idea. And the idea came from a journey during the air dragon. And so I've been using my dragon cauldron, which is also the instruction I received in that journey through using it, that when the communication with the dragon would happen. And it sort of links in with the journey. This morning early I did the journey from which is sent out on Thursday or whatever it was, and what appears to me, the fire dragon is not 100% new to me, but what appears to me is like the journey was very much in the now. I didn't feel I was going far, but nevertheless the energy was there. So that links into this idea of actually physically doing the rituals in the cauldron and then having the communication that way. And when I compare it to the air dragon, there was a sort of, when I journeyed with the air dragon, I wasn't in the middle world, but in some space which was energetically close to that. So again, not really upper world or lower world. And so now there's a pattern showing, of something which is really very tangible and very in the now, and almost like not journeying physically, but bringing the energy in, sort of like opening the gates to the realities. And I just thought this morning, how interesting. And it's a little challenge to me because I do a lot of ritual and stuff like that. And sometimes I just want to go on journey. And now I have to kind of like, I'm asked to, no, I know you want a journey, but it takes some action and engagement and being present, actually. It's a call to be present, I think.
Yeah, I love that. So, and even though you weren't here for the beginning bit, that's exactly what we were doing. That's what they were saying. Just be present with us. Don't go running off or doing all these adventures. Just how about you just feel the awesomeness of like the power? It's like, yeah. So that was nice. And that will be obviously on the recording, so you can go back
and there's a lot of fire. I'm really always, first of all, we're still eating with wood. So Less now because it's getting warmer, but still, so that we make a fire almost every day. And even in our ritual kind of environment, there's always these real fires always there. So there'll be loads of opportunity.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, love it. I'm glad that you guys turned up. You haven't missed everything. So I'm really glad that you're here, and thank you for being a part of this. So the next journey that I wanted to do with us guys is more of a healing journey with the fire. Yeah, I won't say more than that. We'll just go on it. But if there are things that you feel are blocks, are really, you're ready to put them into the fire. You're ready, because that's what I love about fire. It's such a visceral, physical way of saying this goes into the fire. This is going to be transformed. We can always visualize that, but when you can see it crackling and shifting and changing, but we are going to be going for more of a bit of a volcanic energy as well, because we're looking at magma as the blood flow of Mother Earth. We're going to be going on a journey to allow that to release and to heal. So I do apologize if the monkeys upstairs are not monkeys, they are children. They're having a party, so hopefully we won't be able to hear too much. I'll get drumming, so we'll block them out anyway. But if I could just ask you all to mute yourselves, just to clear some of the so noisy, and I'll try and get the sound settings right, because they keep changing the sound, so we can get the drums a bit better. Okay, so while I'm fiddling with the sound settings, there we go, that should be all right. I will ask you to light your candles if you haven't already, if you can, to bring your kitty familiars around with you, because I seem to have the kitty familiars around today, and to get back into that space of journeying. That's a drum. I can just let the kids just run around, and I'll just not do the drumming, because I like doing drumming noises. Okay, so get into that space where we're going to maybe hold in your heart and your mind. I mean, it might surprise you when you get there that there's more or different things you want to heal, but if there's something you're ready to let go of, or to allow the dragons to transform within you, then this is a time for that release. Get as comfy as can be. I'm going to go down into the center, well, not the center, but down deep into the earth, and to allow the blood flow of Mother Earth to warm us, to heal us. Just making sure that there we go. Sorry. Yeah. Music sound is on. There we go. Right. Okay. Getting nice. Back into that deep dragon breath. And I can't hear you, so make those dragony noises when you release that out breath. Really feel that breath of fire, that dragon breath. Feel yourself to be standing in the center of your space. Feel yourself with your feet upon the earth. Feel your own roots. Those roots going deep, deep, deep into the center of the earth. Feel your presence, your physicality, that you stand here. And you feel around you, perhaps behind you, the open wings of your fire dragon protector. And they open their wings to support you. They open their wings to surround you. Feel see here your fire dragon guide holding that space for you as you prepare to journey deep into the earth. And from where you stand, you see the world shift and change around you. You see that you are inside a great mountain, and your dragon still supports you. They're still there. And you sink deeper and deeper and deeper into this mountain until you realize that you are sinking deeper into a volcano. Not into the fire, but into the land around the warm heart. You stand on stable ground, and as your dragon, your fire dragon, guides you deeper, deeper, deeper into the heart of the volcano, you begin to see beneath you rivers of flowing magma. And your fire dragon protects you from any dangers. And you know that you're invited here, that you're a guest of the mother dragon that has brought you into this space, and you will be safe and protected as you move down, down, down into an island that is surrounded by lava. And you watch the vibrant colours of orange and red, of gold, and you feel the heat, and you hear the dancing of the magma as it flows all around you. And as you look around you, you realize that you're in the chamber of the mother dragon of this volcano. She is a queen of the earth and a queen of fire. And she greets your dragon guide as an old friend and thanks them for bringing you to her chambers of molten lava, her cauldron of transformation. And you feel the warmth, the heat, the primal power of this lava that flows and shapes the land as it does, not only destroying but creating new life. And the mother dragon asks you to feel that flow, to release any blocks, any pains into the lava, into the flowing fire. And you can say these pains as words. You can throw something into the lava. You can release it on your breath and see it move into the fire. But in this place of primal power, now is a time to release, release, release your pains, to be transformed. through your veins. And you feel that warmth, that creativity, that passion, that transformation flowing like lava through your own veins, clearing away any debris, clearing away any blocks. You feel that blessing of fire flow through your head, your shoulders, your chest, your tummy, your knees down to your feet. And the light fills you from within. And you feel energized, you feel alive and ignited by spirit. And you know it's time to leave this place, as even with dragon protection, there's only so long a human can stay in a volcano. And you say your thanks to the Dragon Queen. And you hop upon the back of your dragon guide as they extend their wings. And with the excitement and joy that lies within you both, they fly up and up and up the mountain, up through the caverns, up through the rivers, up, 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 until like lava you fly out the top of the volcano, filled with power, with light, with energy. You watch the world around you, the volcanic landscape, and you feel the fire flowing. And you dance, and you play, and you fly in the sky, filled with the blessing of the Dragon Mother. Until you land gently away from the volcano, watching the river of lava flowing far away. And you spend this time with this fire dragon guide, once again tuning into their energy, how they feel in this present moment. And as you dismount, they open their wings around you, creating a circle of protection as the landscape shifts and turns around you, as the volcanic landscape turns into smoke, into ash, into mist. Until that mist once more begins to clear, and we find ourselves back here, back in our space, back in our room, and ready to continue with our day. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 1 take as long as you need here. And when you open your eyes, just get that journal and notepad and pen and just scribble down anything that you released, anything that you felt and experienced. Let's have a couple of minutes just to write these things down. Whenever you're ready, just come back into the group. And Nan has had to leave to go to lunch, so for the recording's sake, bye-bye, Nan. You have been lovely to see you. She had to go for family lunch. So would anyone like to share? Because I am nosy, as always. Again, never mandatory. But is there anyone else that came up? Gail looks ready to share. Gail looks like she's going to go, I'm going to share.
When we were going down into the volcano, number one, I decided to go to Vesuvius
Cool.
because that's the only volcano that I was close to and studied about. And as I was going down, I saw this nest with one white egg in it.
Ooh.
Something told me to hang on to that was important. And I realized that this is Easter, and the Christian Easter is about rebirth. But I was also thinking of the story of Ostera, if I'm saying that correctly. And I'd love you to tell that story a little bit so that I hear it from your version. But that was a version of the egg and Easter and the rebirth. And so I really, that's what I got out of it, that this is a season, you go down and you get something and you come back up with it, and it's a fresh beginning.
Yeah. I
Also
love
got
that.
advice that's the opposite of what I've been told all my life. And it said, put all your eggs in one basket and carry that basket.
Yes. Yeah. I've always hated that. Don't put your eggs in one basket. I've always like, I want to put them in this basket. Don't you tell me to put my eggs.
Stop being so scattered, like put your
Yeah.
eggs in a basket and take care of it.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Because I'm definitely an egg in one basket kind of girl, that's for sure. Yeah.
If you could tell us a little bit about Ostera an hour after people check in, I'd love that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. More than happy to. Yes. Thank you. Let's go around the big worldwide room. And Vanessa, you're next on my list.
I'm not quite sure what to say, actually. I just did my
You
little
don't have to. Sorry, I'm not pushing
Yeah,
you.
no. I was trying to think if there was anything that I could any singular sort of thoughts or words, but it's more I've just been sketching and it's all just this big story in front of me, but there's not really any words except the words that you were saying that I placed in certain sections to remember the connections. So yeah, no, nothing major, but I did love the image of like coming out at the first dragon coming back and taking you out, and then suddenly rising and coming out like in the volcano. That was, I started to sketch like this sort of naked woman, just like, you know. Yeah. So yeah, but nothing else major yet. I think I need to sit on it and do it again, but it was just lots of images.
Thank you. No, yeah, absolutely. No worry to have to share. Thank you very much. Geeta.
Right. So first of all, the dragon took me into, like a kangaroo, into a little bag. Rather than riding it on its back and feeling like I'm exposed, took me more like towards its heart in a little bag so that I was protected in a way. So that was the positioning, which I thought was really nice. And then the journey was really about transformation, which comes with the fire. But it made the difference of the transformation of like burning something in the sense of, how did I put that? Of destroying something rather than destroying it. It's like upping it through the extra energy. So giving it that energy, which
Nice.
then raises the energy, which then transform the perspective.
Yeah.
And it was to do, there's a lot there. So going back to the idea of being burned, you know, that kind of memory. And so really it was like a cleansing. And then I recovered a part of myself, sort of an inner child kind of, which carries the fire, which ignited all the fires in my system. And I want to go back to this journey with different aspects of my life. I feel it has the potential and the calling of like loads of transformation in that way. Okay, we're gonna just, upgrade
Yes, I love that.
the kind of energy. So that was, really nice. A really nice journey, and definitely one which I'm going to redo with different aspects.
Good. I love that. Thank you. I love the different aspects you've all brought into it, with eggs and with kind of not destroying but upping. I love all the different things we've been bringing to it. So thank you. Reeve, do you want to go through yours, or do you feel like it, Reeve? Do you want to say? You don't have to. Again, there's no forcing. You can be like, not today, Laura.
I don't have a lot to say, although I feel selfish because I'm learning so much from what everybody else is saying. I had much more of an internal kind of feeling experience than anything that's really worth articulating, but it was really lovely. Thank you.
That's absolutely. I love that though. It doesn't have to be a word, does it? Words don't necessarily bring up those feelings. It's like a cauldron in us, isn't it? We can feel, and doesn't have to be articulated in that way. So thank you. How about you, Grace? Anything you wanted to share?
Yeah, I found it really, really nice as well. Also, very little to really articulate for me as well. Great feeling, amazing to feel that heat and ignition when the fire was breathed in.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I'm glad to feel that nice fire and that light. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, and right. Also, but not. There's actually interesting about Ostara or Eostra, which is where estrogen comes from. That I know we know this, but there isn't. We've got a lot that's actually written about the tradition because it died out such a long time ago. But it was the month of April was actually before called after Ostara, called Eostra. So the month of April was named after this goddess that should bring her light across the skies. And there was something about the it's a whole month festival of feasting and celebrating the rebirth of spring. And it was meant to be the time where I don't think it was when. There's so many different stories about when in the year the god and the goddess got together, but this is the kind of the courting period of the kind of the bringing back to life. But with the eggs, because people thought that because the hares and the bunnies, they're kind of nocturnal. They come out of this time for mating and for fighting. But they saw them because they don't nest, do they? The hares, they sleep on the land, and that they were sitting where the eggs were. So they thought they gave birth to the eggs, but it wasn't. They were just, because they were on the land and the eggs appeared, they thought the Easter bunny brought eggs. So there's a lot of different symbolism of this time, but the eggs and the hare are linked by the fact that people did used to think that hares or bunnies laid eggs, but they don't. But but also it still works because you've got that feeling of spring, of rebirth, of the bunnies and the hares coming back and they're fighting for their mate and they're outside again. It just has this whole feeling of like life returning and yeah. But not much about chocolate though, unfortunately. I don't know, maybe we added that one later. But I love the idea of like, yeah, that was a whole month named after Yastra. I love that. You could think of April, we can change that name. It was the month of the goddess of spring. I like that. Anyway, thank you very much. So before we go, I think one thing would be nice to do, because it's fire, and we are talking about the gentle aspects of fire, but what I want to do is go around the room and ask you all to say one thing that you are proud that you have done this month or since last, and that can be got out of bed because I felt crap. You know, it doesn't have to be I took over the world on Wednesday. Thank you very much. It could just be, you know, actually I started painting. As I could do mine. I could say that other day I felt quite low, but I started painting again after a while, and I felt that was my creative fire coming back, and I feel really proud about that. So. Well, it was all to kind of just go around the little room and celebrate each other's wins. Just nothing, doesn't have to be anything. It's the first thing that comes to your mind that you feel proud about. So I'm going to go in reverse. And Grace, would you mind going first?
No problem. So I've kind of shared a little bit about my amazing win, but doing that group for the deafblind community, and especially there was one girl that was a deafblind wheelchair user, and she came up, rolled up, and I played the drum kind of really close to her wheelchair so that she could really feel that vibration. And the support worker that was with her is like, she looks so chilled out. She is, you know, usually a very anxious person, and right now she is looking unbelievably chilled out and loving it. And just being able to do that was so fucking cool.
That is, so that's gorgeous. Thank you so
Really
much. So
good.
amazing. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Ruby, would you go next? Anything
Yeah.
small or huge?
Sure. I've been very proud of myself. I've been taking better care of my body,
Good.
what I eat and how I move, and
Yeah, the nutrition dragon. Every time I've done a came up last month for the live, came up this month as well about taking care of our bodies and our food. And we basically this whole journey is being sponsored by nutrition, and I feel like I'm failing on that one a bit. But yeah, it's keeps going up and saying, look after your body. So you're doing that. So they'll be very happy with you. Thank you. How about you, Geeta?
So I think for this last month, it has to be overcoming fear, which I know is rooted very deeply in part of my being without me really understanding where it comes from. And so at the beginning of March, a lot of things just shut down, which was very unusual. And then, you know, all the kind of like existential going like, ooh, all the kind of reactions which come with that. And I was able to just go like, okay, this is that little panic, and this is this little panic. And if I get away from the little panic and the reaction which comes, where do I actually then sit? And so I was able to hold that. Wow. And just let the panic roll on the side. You know, it wasn't going away, but I was able to just sort of distance myself, or manage it. Let's put it this way. And so, yeah, I'm proud of that.
Ah, excellent. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you. And Vanessa?
Started to forge a new relationship with my creativity.
Yes. Yes. Woo,
that's been
brilliant.
very heavily doused in fear and uncertainty, I think, as well, similar to what Geeta was saying. I think So yeah, that's a massive shift that's been I've been working on for a while now. So it was a big change.
Thank you. That's brilliant. Yeah, it's huge. Thank you very much. And thank you. And Gail.
First of all, I want to say, Grace, what you do is incredible. I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like. So kudos to, I mean, wow, I'm so inspired.
Yeah.
That's great. What I've done that I'm proud of, I guess, is spring cleaning.
Yes.
Just clearing out stuff, following the moon, continuing to learn about that, and just getting rid of things that no longer serve me. And April 8th is the big eclipse. And even though it will be I'm right in that, in that line that goes through, I'm very, very close to it. If I drove up half an hour, I could be on the blue line, if you know what I mean, the total. But I'm going to a friend's house that I haven't visited in a while, that's a couple hours away, and they're having big festivities and stuff. So I'm proud of myself for agreeing to do that and being able to share that with her.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Gail. Yeah.
Like 3.5 minutes of total darkness.
That's gonna be powerful. Thank you. And thank you everybody so much. Thank you so much. Again, I'll put this up on YouTube as soon as possible. So if you want to repeat the journeys, or if you missed the beginning of it, you could do the first journey and the writing. But just huge thank you. Anything else you guys want to say, feel free, take the stage. Just to say that the page will stay open, so there's no hurry. Just write. Please keep on sharing if you haven't done the journeys yet. Please keep on sharing anything over the next few weeks. It will change when we approach the Earth dragons around in May time, but until then it will keep open to end of April, end of April when we do the Earth dragons near Beltane. So but keep until then, we're going to be fire all the way, so keep sharing your experiences. Reeb, sorry, there you go, hands up.
Before we leave, I wanted to ask, can you talk a little bit about the dragon awakenings and how that differs from the dragon journey?
Yeah, sure. Has anyone done Dragon Awakening? I know Grace is on it at the moment. Gail,
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't gotten my Thursday
No.
email.
That's because I am a twit.
Oh, okay, cool. That's not me.
No technical problem, Laura problem. So I'll send that to you straight away.
Sweet.
But yeah, Dragon's Awakening is more of it's not beginners, because it's not like that. It's 8 weeks. It's an 8-week course. And each week is getting to know each elemental dragon more deeply, and then working with dragon guides. So this is more kind of how we work with them in our own practice with dragon journeys. It's more like how we go out and experience the dragons, or going deeper with those connections. But it's more of an introduction to working with dragons and the different elemental dragons. So it's an 8-week course, and there is each week. It's kind of a condensed version of this. You've got a meditation, a video, and a worksheet each week. So yeah, it's more like, if you're just new to it as well, it's an introduction, but it's also sort of dedicating that 8 weeks to connecting with the dragons.
Thank you.
And you can do it anytime. There's now no. I used to do it in group work, but now I just open it for anytime people want to work with it. Anyone else want to share anything or say anything? So yeah, all be open. Keep sharing things in the page if you would like to, and any pictures or things that you've seen, or like the clouds with dragons in it or anything like that. Love to see it. And keep asking questions. Yeah, we'll keep this open with the fire topic until end of April, and then we'll transition into Earth for Beltane time and Taurus time. But thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for being here, and it's an absolute fiery, fabulous pleasure to see. And the sun is now sort of trying its best, so I'm going to enjoy some fire in the sky. And yeah, take care, lovelies. See you all very soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace, Jonathan.